Hey, what is up, guys? Hope you're having a great Monday. Just wanted to make a quick video, quick update video, because we're hitting pause. We're hitting pause on launching any new videos on Target Focus Life, at least for a short period of time. And I want to give you that update, a little heads up. So if you don't see me or any new videos on Target Focus Life, don't be concerned because we're just hitting pause. We're not stopping videos, not even close. But the reason we're hitting pause on releasing new videos is because we're working on a couple things that are really cool. One, we got the TFL Range Day coming up this weekend, VIP night here at my house. I believe ticket sales have closed for that. And then we have the Range Day at ASP on Saturday, getting all ready for that. I believe tickets have closed for that too, unless you just want to come for the live exhibition. Live exhibition show, just $10, nice and simple. If you're in the area, and I know most of you are not, but I see we got a bunch of people on here. Hunter says, take a vacation, relax. I wish I was taking a vacation, Hunter. That is not why we're pausing, though. Maybe later this summer, I'll get a little vacation in. But on top of the TFL Range Day, we are working on a special project, and I can't say too much about it. Um, we're not there yet, but I'm really excited about it because, I make these reviews on shotguns, and naturally, I get a lot of questions. Hey, I'm considering this gun and this gun. Which one do you think? And they want me to have these interactions and go back and forth with them. And I do love that, actually. The fact that people are interested in my opinion and are looking for help, and when I can help them, I love that. But at the end of the day, I can't help everybody. I'm just one guy, right? And at the end of the day, I only have 1,440 minutes in a day, and they get used up rather quickly. So, in fact, Hunter is asking me to cover the Synergy Ultimate Turkey in 24. I here's my goal. I would love to have a review on pretty much every gun out there. I don't know if that's possible, but I think over the years I probably could. But I want to have the largest catalog of shotgun reviews. But here's the challenge: people reach out and they are looking for advice on guns. I can't give it to everybody as much as I would like to. But when it comes to shotguns, you have a ton of options, right? We know some of the big brands, the 3Bs and some of those mainstays, but there are so many shotgun manufacturers and so many options out there that how do you ever go about figuring out what is best, right? What are my options? And out of those options, what is best? Let's say you're looking for a duck gun. You want a semi-auto. You want a 12 gauge. You want it to be between $800 and $1,000. You want it in camo. What are your options? Maybe you want an upland gun. You want a over under. You want it to weigh less than 6 pounds. You want it in 28 gauge. Um, you want it to be between $2,000 and $3,000. What are your options? But even if you had something to tell you what your options are, what of those guns are good? Which ones are good values? How do you do that research? How do you find your perfect shotgun? Those are some of the questions that me and the TFL team, which we have a very small team. It's basically Jordan, who's our content production manager. He films, edits, launches all the videos, and a bunch of other stuff as well. And then my wife Courtney is kind of behind the scenes, making sure all the behind the scenes stuff is working well. And so we got a small team, but we are working diligently to answer those questions and come up with a resource that will help people find their perfect shotgun. And we've been working on it for several months, and we're getting close, I think, to making an announcement that we have something ready. Hopefully in August, we'll be able to do that. But what we realized is we just need to shift our focus. I talk a lot about living target focused, and I realize the importance of focus in our lives. And there's too many things going on right now. So we made the strategic decision just to put a pause on the videos. It's summer anyways. Video views are way down. People are out doing things, which I think is fabulous. Um, but we got to put a pause on the videos. We got to put a pause on the podcast, and we got to just hunker down and finish this project. I think we're getting close to the home stretch here, and I'm super excited about it. I can't tell you exactly what it is or what it's called, but I alluded to how it's going to help people. I probably already said too much, um, but that's why we're putting a pause on the videos. Couple other notes I want to go over, then I'll look in the comment section here. I'm not able to read comments and talk at the same time, but I will try here in a minute. A couple other things. So I mentioned the range day. I mentioned the resource we're working on. We have some new TFL merch. What do you think of the hat? This is the first time I've worn it. I like it. I saw some people out at the Alexandria Shooting Park wearing it, so some people are buying it up. It's a little bit different than our just normal TFL look, but this one's got a pheasant on it in the prairie sunrise. I think it's pretty cool. What other merch should we make? Should we do some duck theme stuff? What would you guys love to see? You can put that in the comments or in the chat if you're watching live. Here's the other one. If you're not so flashy, want something a little more subdued, just a leather TFL patch on the hat. If you want to buy these pieces, this merch, this as what do the kids say? The drip. If you want to buy the drip, I don't say that. That's just silly. Um, there's a link down in the description. You can get that online, or if you come to a live show, remember Saturday, July 13th. That's this upcoming Saturday at the Alexandria Shooting Park. Myself and my 12-year-old son, we're putting on a live show. Tickets are just $10, I believe, and that includes the fees, which we're eating. So if you'd love to come and check out a live show, I would love to see in the chat how many of you are in the Minnesota area, or where are you from? Put it in the chat. Hello, friend from Cuba. I'm guessing you're not coming to the show, are ya? That's a long ways away. RN Beamer is from Maryland. That's also a long ways away to come for a 1 hour long show. It's worth it. It's totally worth it. I wouldn't make the trip. Hunter is from Canada, eh? Who else we got on here, and where are you from? What else do I got? The merch. Yeah, the pause on the videos should only be 2 or 3 weeks. Just to put that out there. Not making any promises, but we're looking at 2 to 3 weeks of pausing videos. Then we'll get back at it. Mark is from Iowa. Chris from Rapid City, South Dakota. I might be heading out there later this summer. Not 100% sure. To do meet up with some friends for potentially a long weekend vacation. Devin is from Washington. Owen from Rochester. Come on up, Owen. That's just what? 2.5, 3 hours? You can make that trip. Todd is unfortunately from California. Where would you rather live, Todd? Hit us up in the chat. Where would you rather live if you were not in California? Joey is from Beaumont, Texas. I played football with a guy from Beaumont, Texas. Don't remember his name offhand. I was in college a long time ago. Yeah. So, what else we got in the comments? RN Beamer says, hi, your videos inspired me to buy a Weatherby Orion Sporting. In the last few months, I've put about 1,500 rounds through it and never skipped a beat, although sometimes you get kicked in the face. Yeah, the weather, that was my experience. The Weatherby Orion, pretty dang good gun for the money. Not overly flashy, but bang for the buck. It's there. It's a little heavier on the recoil, unfortunately. And as part of this resource, here I go. This is why I was told not to do a live video. I'm probably going to say too much, but as part of this resource, what we want to do, maybe some of you guys have seen it. We've done what's called a SOSA test. Steve's observational shotgun analysis to effectively save time. And we put scores to guns. We're taking that SOSA test and then ranking guns, but then just giving them a star rating because the SOSA test is kind of complicated and there's a lot of factors. So we are going to start giving star ratings to guns, which should be interesting. I would love to hear your feedback on that. Ivan, you're from Minnesota. What's up, dude? Larry is from Glenwood. Camo hats would be cool. Well, I tell you what, Larry, I would love to have you at the show on Saturday, and maybe in the future we'll have some camo hats. Jonathan Horn Builders. a longtime member of TFL. What's up, dude? How you doing? Are you making the trip up, Jonathan? Are you coming to the TFL range days? I know it's a little bit of a jaunt, but I would love to see you up here. Moose Lake, Minnesota. Hey, Jacob. Nice to see you on here. The Art of Hunting and Shooting sent me something in a different language, so I don't. They're not from the United States. I'm going to take it. But yeah, the star rating. So I'm excited about that. And I better end. I better end this. Actually, I got a couple more quick things. I'll just share while I'm on. While we got people lighting up the chat, I might as well sit here and hang out with you for a few minutes. Aaron's from Wales, and Jonathan says, "Man, I wish I could have got tons of stuff with Delta Waterfall foul." Yes, sometimes I say waterfall. I don't know why. Filling my schedule. In some of my early videos, it's funny if you look back at the comments, people correct me on that. And I'm just a redneck from Minnesota, man. I don't know how to speak real good. But yeah, Jonathan, well, good luck with that. Would love to meet you in person someday. Um, we did draw one winner. As some of you probably saw, we did a giveaway, the 100K giveaway. So part of the reason we're doing the TFL range events is to celebrate reaching 100K. And a lot of people said, 100K subscribers, that is. A lot of people said, do something in person. So we decided to do this range day event. And yeah, that's how we got here. Now I'm feeling like I have a Joe Biden moment. Where was I going with that? Oh, anyways. Anyone watch that debate? That was interesting. But hey, I know how it feels to sometimes be saying stuff and not know where you were going. So the TFL Range Day events, we're hoping to make them annual events. We're starting small this year. They're not big, they're not elaborate, but the hope is over the years we can add more and more stuff and just make it a really cool gathering of people that are stoked about shotguns, that love all things wing shooting, and a community that comes together and has a great day or 2 days. We'll see how it turns out, but we're starting small this year. RM Beamer, I'm thinking about going on a pheasant hunting trip. Do you recommend any guides? Never been. I've never done a guided pheasant hunt. There's lots of great lodges across the country. Lots of places in South Dakota that will get you on wild birds. But there's plenty of places if you want to go to a preserve and you can do hunts there. Not my preferred way to hunt, but if you've never been on a pheasant hunt, want to get on birds, that definitely be something you could do. One thing we want to do at TFL, we got so many ideas, so many thoughts, and just we don't have the team to implement everything. But one thing we want to do is go to different lodges and destinations across the country and highlight them, just so people have a better idea of what's out there and kind of get the experience of going to that lodge before they book it. But I prefer wild hunts over anything farm raised for sure. Eric B, hello from Florida. Thanks for the videos and the reviews. You bet, Eric. It's my pleasure. Thanks for hopping on. Can you do the rating categorized by gauge, like 12 versus sub gauge? Is a question versus Jamil. Yes. Sorry if I butchered your name, by the way. Yes, I can't say too much right now, and it's still a work in progress. But thanks for the input. Hey, I one of the videos we do have coming up. I was at the World FFAC, and that was in Hudson, Wisconsin. So FFAC is kind of a type of sporting clays, just with more strict rules. One of the most prestigious events in the world as far as the shotgun shooting sports. And I got the opportunity to go out there and hang out for a couple days. That was really cool. I'm looking forward to sharing that experience. Any FFAC shooters on the chat right now? I'm just curious on how many of y'all have ever shot FFAC. Anyways, what was so cool about that event is, I make these videos, you get the comments, you get lots and lots of views sometimes, and it doesn't necessarily seem real because it's all online. But when I was at the World FFAC, I fully expected to go there and not have anyone really recognize me, But there was so many people that came up to me and just wanted to say hi and thanked for the videos. It was really encouraging to me. There was Gary from Australia. There was people from New Zealand. I just stopped and was standing next to a older gentleman, older than me, gentleman. I shouldn't say older gentleman. That might not be correct, but someone older than me. And I was just watching Make a Break, and he looks at me and he says, "Well, hey, I just want to thank you for your videos. Great work." And he was from the UK, so it was really, um, yeah, encouraging. And I'm just humbled by the amount of people that are willing to tune in and watch. I feel like I'm just a babbling fool some days, and I don't add that much value to other people. But I appreciate each and every one of you. It does mean the world to me. This community that we've created, and just people that are uh, all in with the shotgun shooting sports, whether they're clay people, hunters, and we'll keep it rolling. Jamil says, "Can you team up for an episode with Clay Labs and you pronounce my name correctly?" Hey, that's great, Jamil. Yeah, I would love to. Who's behind Clay Labs? Name a couple of the names. I think I know, but they're not coming to me offhand. Um, just reading through a few comments here. I love your videos, bro. I got much better at smashing clays thanks to you and the amazing videos. I'm thrilled to hear it. I think that's amazing. Just getting a little bit of help, getting put in the right direction goes a long ways. And even for me, I was at the World FFAC Championship, and Cameron Hicks helped me out with a few things. And different people have different approaches, different stances, different technique. Um, and I like to try them all. I like to just see what works for me. And but it was just awesome to get coaching from him. And I've got coaching from Travis Mears and different stuff. So Eric B, have you shot any Halise? They look fun. Yes, I did at the World Feed Task. Very fun, very expensive. If you didn't want to play for money, you could shoot at $3 a bird. So 10 birds, $30, and it goes by in about 2 minutes. Um, but ton of fun. I really want my own setup in the backyard. They're about 28,000. So probably not going to happen unless they're willing to send me one to make some video content on and get it out there. But oh, yeah, it was a blast. Absolutely. That will be in the video. I assume I don't edit them, but I'm sure Jordan will put it in there. Devin says, your videos inspired me to decide on a Beretta A400 Extreme Plus for waterfowl. Great gun. It might be a 5-star gun. We'll see when those ratings come out. Um, and the ratings that we have are all based on price, right? So you can have a $700 gun be 4.5 stars and a $2,000 gun be 4.5 stars. That doesn't mean they're equal, because what we do is we actually handicap guns based on price. So if you're an expensive gun, you start with negative points, and you have to earn the quality, the recoil reliability, the different categories, be a good looking gun to get to 4.5 or 5 stars. So they have an uphill battle if they're expensive. So that's kind of how we do that. Um, Jonathan Horn says, I just bought a crap ton, a literal crap ton of guns from Reed's for Delta. Made me think about you. I was just up at Reed's, I don't know when that was, last week. And they took me through their warehouse and showed me how their conservation program works. And they work with like Delta Waterfowl, Ducks Unlimited, and these different organizations, and they help them with their fundraisers. It was really cool because Reed's is located in Walker, Minnesota, small town, Minnesota, and they got a pretty cool store. Nothing overly fancy though. But then when you see their warehouse and the volume that they do and their reach across the country, located in a town, headquartered in a town of right around 1,000 people, it's pretty cool. Can you review the 725 combo by Guns Unlimited? I generally don't do exclusives just because only one dealer has it. I'm not saying I wouldn't in the future. I just generally don't do that because it's just limited to one dealer. I am associated with Reeds. There's no doubt about that. I'm not hiding that. Um, but I like to review guns. especially since I have so many more to review guns that are generally going to be available on a broad spectrum. Hi from Wisconsin. Love the videos. Thanks, Don. Appreciate it. I was just in Wisconsin, like I said earlier, a couple days ago. Eric B says, Aaron doing good. Yeah, Aaron, my brother, as many of you know, we shot together for about 14 years. I've not seen him much recently. He has gone a lot. Um, but he's flying airplanes and he's building up his hours and he's on his way. Someday you'll probably see him on an airliner. And I'm happy for him. I'm proud of him, and I'm extremely thankful for the years we had shooting together. The biggest issue for me, this is RN Beamer again, really active, engaged. I like it. The biggest issue for me is I'm right-handed but left eye dominant. Made a video about that. I can't seem to keep both eyes open when shooting. Everything gets out of focus. Any tips? It's not always as simple as sometimes we make it appear in videos. We have to generalize stuff. Like overall, I would say, hey, if you're left eye dominant, just shoot left-handed. Have you tried that? Are you doing that? If you want to answer in the chat. Um, yeah, Eric says, I'm the same. I'm same. Learn to shoot clays lefty. And generally that is the fix that I'd recommend. Yeah, RN Beamer says never tried shooting left-handed. I would recommend trying it and don't do it for like 5 shots. I mean, go shoot a box and then take a day off and go shoot a box and do that several times. Fighting the eyes is really tricky. So it might be as simple as switching sides. It's just awkward. That's all. But there's no reason you can't shoot left-handed. It's not like other sports where, if you shoot left-handed, your right hand's actually on the forend. Where if you shoot left-handed, your left hand's on the forend. What difference does it make? Just feels different because you're not used to it. Otherwise, you can put tape over one of the eyes. We did a whole video about that. RN Beamer, check that out. I think there's some good tips in there. Travis Kelly says, I'm looking to buy a Super Black Eagle 3 or a Brownie Maxis 2. Which do you think is better? I think I did a showdown between those two, Travis. I'm pretty sure we did a showdown. I believe I chose the Maxis 2. But my goal with a showdown isn't to sway your opinion one way or the other. Is like, choose the gun that I chose. I don't care. It's just to show them side by side so that at the end of the day, you can watch that video and go, okay, I know which one makes more sense for me, right? You're not me. You're not the same as me. You might value other things differently than me. So by all means. In fact, the number one comment or the first comment on that video, on that showdown was, thanks for sharing. I know exactly what I'm going to do getting a Super Black Eagle 3, even though I chose the Maxis 2. So check that video out. Hope that helps you make whatever decision you make. Thinking about a side-by-side. This is Jake. Have always shot over unders. Am I crazy to try it? Heard they're harder to shoot. They're different for sure. This the visual aspect. It might mess with you a little bit, but I mean, you get shooting them. I don't think they're that much different. The principles are the same, right? Your focus is on the target. You're doing everything else the same. I don't think they're that incredibly difficult to shoot. Just visually, you see those barrels and it looks different. Think about it. Jake says, oh, I just read that one. Yeah, let's not reread it. Side-by-sides pattern left to right. Just look at how the barrels point. Fishin' and Farmin' TV. My sister is right-handed but left eye dominant. When she first started to shoot, she tried to shoot right-handed, but it just wasn't working for her. So one of the guys told her to try it. I'm assuming you meant left-handed because it says right-handed. Ever since she did that, she's shot a lot better. I know what you're trying to say there. A little typo on shot. We got to change that I to a O. Ah, that's funny. Thanks for making me laugh. That's a unfortunate spot to have a typo. But I don't know if I missed anything. I'm sure I did. This live chat is hilarious. Baja Blast says, That wasn't the intent, but I'm starting to have some fun. I'm just waking up. It's Monday. It was a long holiday for me. Lots of running, lots of stuff going on, but I'm totally jacked about this. I'm just going to call it resource that we're building to help people find their perfect shotguns. Um, any other thoughts, guys? I'm about to check off here, but I'll just read the chat here for a little bit longer. Browning 20 gauge A5 legit question mark looks great on your video. This is Jake Bonsack. Jake Bonsack. Where are you from, Jake? Uh yeah. I mean, I don't remember fully what I said in the video. I enjoyed shooting it. I think there was a if you like the A5s, you'll like the A5 20 gauge. Very good gun. I don't have any problems with it. I think it'd be a great gun for the field. Fairly light, if I remember right. Um, I wouldn't hesitate. No, I liked it. What RN Beamer? What's the worst over under you have ever shot? You'll see that reflected in the star ratings. I'll say this in this live video. Might get some haters. If they can make it 26-20 into this video, they'll see this, but they probably won't. The Stoker Condor. The Stoker Condor. Sorry, Stoker. It's not for me. The Condor is not for me. It might be for somebody. It is not for me. And that's the way I try to look at guns is, hey, there's a gun for everybody, right? I'm trying to lay out what it is, price to value. And I don't say this in the videos, but sometimes I'm like, I don't want this gun. I don't want to shoot it. But that's not what I'm there for. I'm there to help you guys decide if it's a gun for you, not a gun for me. Roy is from Ontario, Canada. Love the channel. Thanks, Roy. Appreciate you tuning in. What's your opinion of mid beads being on most wing shooting guns these days? I would say unnecessary for the most part. I like them on like a trap gun, especially you start pre-mounted, you stack the beads. Some people do, or figure eight, or snowman, or whatever you want to call it. On a wing shooting gun, I mean, to help you, if it's a gun that you can adjust fit at all to help you get fit, it could be helpful. But once you're hunting, no, I mean, you're not looking at the mid bead. You shouldn't even be looking at the front bead, really. You see a little bit out of your peripheral. And as a lot of you guys probably know, if you watch the videos, I'm not a big fan of fiber optics. If you're going to put a fiber on there, small, very small. I don't want to be distracted from being target focused. Like on my Mossberg 940s, my show guns that comes with a fiber, I take it out and I put a white one in there. Just something that's not going to grab my eye quite as much. I want to be able to kind of see it on my peripheral. It helps my brain subconsciously know where everything's at. But no, not a big distracting fiber. Is anyone else with me? Anyone else dislike big fiber beads? Roy, the mighty St. Lawrence. Oh, that must have been a response to something else. When are you going to do the Weatherby Sorex review? Wyatt says. I tell you what, Wyatt, I don't know if that's been you commenting on videos, but I've seen that come up several times. Before the Sorex was even launched, I heard about it from Weatherby. I was at Pheasant Fest in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And I talked to their guy and I said, would love to make a video. Would you send me one? And they said, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. They've dropped off the map. I've sent some follow-up emails trying to get a shotgun from Weatherby. I can't personally buy all the guns I review. Just a matter of fact, you know, I wish I had a couple extra 100,000 sitting in the bank account. I could just buy all the guns. That wouldn't even get me all the guns. Let's call it $1 million in the bank account. I could just buy all the guns, but I can't. So I just bought a $6,000 gun from Reed's, and I'm kicking myself for doing it. It's a Beretta 694. 694. Is that what it is? I should know that. I've been shooting a little bit, trying to get a feel for it. Yeah, I'm going to put out that review video, and I'm going to lose money, right, by putting out that review video. And it's not all about the money, but I tell you what, This is full time. Reviewing, writing blog posts, going to events, putting on live shows. I do it full time. And so you got to run things like a business. And I need revenue coming in. I'm just going to shoot straight with you guys. I know some people on YouTube think you're a sellout if you need money, but guess what? I spend enormous amount of time doing this stuff. And as much as I like serving everybody and helping with videos, I need revenue coming back because this house has got a mortgage, unfortunately. Got to pay it. And y'all know, right? Y'all, if you're working people, you know you need revenue coming in. So I'm not going to apologize about that. Naomi, I hate fibers. Travis, I do not like the fibers. It's starting to sound weird. You just say a word over and over, it sounds weird. Fibers are all right. I have one, but like you said, it's very small. Okay. Have you ever whipped out the SX4 lately? I don't think so. Owen said that. I don't think so. I find it challenging the summer months to get out and shoot all the different guns that I'm trying to do videos on, and we got guns coming in, and I'm trying to get them set up and ready for review, and all the different stuff that I don't have a lot of extra time to just go out and pound rounds through random guns. But I still like the SX4. Only knock on it is that they don't have shim kits for drop and cast. That's it. Great gun for the money. Have an opportunity to get an old school. This is Jason Christopher. Old school Browning BT99. What do you think? I like the BT99. Simple, great trap gun if you're shooting singles. If it fits you. If it fits you. That's the biggest thing with guns, guys. If you can get the gun to fit you or very close to fit you, huge. It can be a great gun, but if it don't fit you worth the darn, it ain't hardly worth the darn. Spot on. Hi from, I'm gonna mispronounce this, Minocqua, Wisconsin. Minocqua. We got lots of native names here in Minnesota and Wisconsin. My son loves his Falcon Strike pad for his Fab Arm Elos N2 All Sport. Never heard of the pad till watched the reviews. Thanks for the awesome videos. Hey, I appreciate it. Spot on. I got a really quick story about that. I was at the Minnesota State Trap Shoot, and I'm chatting with this guy. We shot a practice round together, and we're just chatting afterwards, a little bit about our guns and different things. And he looks at his pad and he said, I tell you what, I really love this Falcon Strike pad. And I didn't know if he knows me or not. And I just assume people don't most of the time. And we chat, and he's just going on and on about it. I said, hey, by the way, do you know who I am? And he says, no, not a clue. I said, okay, well, that's good to hear. I'm glad you shared about that Falcon Strike, because he wasn't doing it just, to brighten up my day. I believe in them. I think that they're the best bang for the buck. Like, there's other pads that work really well, but they're higher end, meaning more money, more complicated to put in. And there's pads that are much cheaper than a Falcon Strike, but they don't work as well. So Falcon Strike is really in that good spot where they work great, phenomenal results, easy to install, and decently priced. But I know they can be a little spendy for some. Do you clean them every time you shoot them? I assume we're talking about the shotgun. No, I don't. Probably could. It's not a bad idea just to at least swab the barrel, get the fouling out of there. I don't think it's necessary to clean the action every time, but it also depends how long it's going to sit. If you shoot a gun and then let it sit for a year, I'd recommend cleaning it. So depends how it's sitting around, depends what conditions it's went through, and then how it's going to be stored. If I was out shooting a gun, high humidity, got moisture all over it, then it was going to be sitting in a place with high humidity. Yeah, that wouldn't be a good deal. But we're climate controlled here, and so I'll often wipe guns down just to get oils and fingerprints off them and stuff, depending on the type of gun. If it's a camo or a synthetic, I'm not stinking worried. What's going to rust is your potentially your barrel, depends how it's coated, or your trigger. Hey, from Toledo, Ohio. Hey, Scott. Enjoy your videos, he says. I recently acquired a SKB RS300. Seen your video on it. I've shot trap before, but going to shoot it. I've shot trap before, but going to shoot it soon. Trying sporting clays for the first time. Hope I like it. Good luck. I hope you like it too, Scott. Love the adjustability of those SKBs. 5 to 9 Farmer. I was blessed to see one of the last public shows you and Aaron did together in Morristown, Minnesota. I'm from southern Minnesota. Good luck for your range day and God bless. 5 to 9 Farmer. It's July in Minnesota. You don't got, if you are a farmer, you ain't got nothing going on. I just talked to my buddy Zach Johnson, the millennial farmer, and he said it's finally slowing down. They're done spraying, done hauling grain. Now July's slow. So come on up. 5 to 9 Farmer. I'd love to see you in person, but hi from Ireland. Hey, David. Greetings. Eric Cowell says, be nice to see a Blaza review. Seem really well engineered and manufactured, but not very popular here in the U.S. Yes, Blazer. I would love to review them all. It's just a matter of how do I get them? If the manufacturer won't send them to me, Reed's doesn't have them, and Reed's isn't going to loan out a gun like that. You know, $10,000 guns, they're not going to loan them out because of the hit they're going to take, even if they did have them. So I got some ideas. It's been kind of interesting to see how some manufacturers are not willing to get their guns out for review. I'm not sure why, to be honest with you. I don't know if I really want to name any names, but like there's one company, one of the, I would say leaders, very recognizable brand that won't respond to a call, won't respond to an email. I know who I'm emailing. I know who I'm calling. I've talked to him at SHOT Show, you know, and I kind of pitched the idea. It is a little bit of a frustration of mine because I'll tell you what, I'm going to get real here for a second. What these brands will do, if they have a product they want to get out there in front of the consumers, they will work with a publication. They might even take a writer on a hunt, right? So they'll spend $5,000, $10,000 on a hunt, staying at a lodge with this writer, get the product in their hand. The writer hunts with it or does whatever he does, and then they write an article about it. And they spend massive amounts of resources to get these articles written. And while they don't pay for the article, what they do pay for is the ad that's on the next page or later on in the magazine, right? Notice this. Look at the articles written and then look who the advertisers are. I get it. They're a publication. They got to make money. No problem. But they play that game, and then you go to them. And I've went to a bunch of manufacturers. I'm like, hey, just send me the gun. That's all you got to do. And I'll do a review on it. But I will always be straightforward, transparent with them. This is a review. I say what I want to say. If your gun is absolute trash, I won't make the video. I'll actually go back to you and say, hey, here's all the issues I've had. They need to be fixed. I'm not making a video on this because I will say nothing good about your gun. I've only had that happen once where I received a gun, had a couple issues that could be easily remedied, but I couldn't make a video about it. And they said, hey, we're so sorry. We're going to get back to fixing these. Thanks for your feedback. And, but yeah, I'm a little frustrated that some of these brands and brands that I've made videos about that have over time combined got millions and millions of views. They won't send a shotgun for me to review, to make content on. I guess, what do you do? Some of those brands certainly makes me not want to go out and purchase their shotguns to review. If they won't reply to my emails, my calls, talk to me like a real person, which is crazy because I have friends that review rifles and handguns, and they're getting stuff sent to them all the time. But this shotgun world seems to be a little bit differently. We're a big brand. I think, here's what I'm going to say. Last thing on this, I'm going to get off this high horse. Actually, I was just emailing with Benelli. RN Beamer says, I'm guessing you're talking about Benelli not sending shotguns. I understand you can't say. It's not Benelli, although they have not sent me any shotguns. All the Benellis I've done stuff with, I either bought from Reed's or got on loan from Reed's. But just was corresponding with someone from their marketing agency, and I know their director of marketing or VP of marketing, not sure his exact title, and he wants to work with us. He values what we're doing, but I haven't received any guns yet. But it sounds like they should be willing to send some. We'll see. I think I recommended the 828U steel, the updated. Oh, which gun did they update? They just updated one of the ultralight. Maybe they updated, and then they have that new AI system, which I forget what it stands for. It's not artificial intelligence. That new AI system, anyways, it's escaping me. I asked for them to send one of those guns. So we'll see if Benelli does, but it's not Benelli. Um, yeah, I don't know. I sort of feel like one of the biggest reasons, this is last point, and then I'll get off this high horse. One of the biggest reasons brands don't want to send TFL guns is because they lose control. They don't know what I'm going to say. They might not like what I say. And controlling their image is important to them. I think that's a big part of it. Either that or they just don't see the value. But I mean, when it comes to shotguns and people doing research, like we're one of the top resources, right? So why not get your shotgun when people are searching for it? If they can't find it, they're probably going to buy something else that they can find. So why not get your gun out there in front of people? I might say one or two things I don't prefer, but I'm not in the business of trashing guns. I'm just in the business of putting them out there as I see it for y'all to make decisions. All right. Uh, Nate Phillips, what up, dude? I just got on, so I don't know what the live stream is about, but I'm ready for this weekend. TFL Range Day. So Nate Phillips is actually the winner of our giveaway. I started to say something about that earlier, and I think I rabbit trailed off. I do that from time to time. Nate Phillips is from Oklahoma. I hope you're okay with me sharing that, Nate. His address is no, not going to do that. But Nate was the winner of our 100K giveaway, and he will be flying in to hang out with us this weekend. So super stoked about that. We got a lot to do, Nate, to get ready. We just had some parties over the 4th of July. We got to get this place back into shape, get the guns ready, but we're going to have a blast hanging out on Friday and Saturday. I can't wait. Jason82, hello from Tennessee. Enjoy the videos. I just recently started shooting clays. I've been shooting an Ithaca Model 37. Nice. I would like to get an entry type over, under, or semi-auto. Not sure. I don't know if you saw the beginning of this stream, but we're working on a resource to help you with that, to narrow your options, see what's out there within your parameters. It's hard for me just to spit out. That's the other thing is like people ask me my thoughts, and it's like, man, I got to go back and watch my review. Like I can say it when I was handling it, when I was doing it, but then you get me a year removed from a review. It's like, I don't remember the finer details. I remember kind of just the broad gist of it. I remember certain guns I really like, certain guns that wasn't my preference. But so this resource is capturing all that data, all that information, making it easy for you to find the shotgun of your dreams. I don't think that's our marketing slogan, but hey, it's a live stream. I'm making it up, and I'm getting a little amped up and off the rocker. I think all the caffeine is starting to kick in. Ken Reiner says, thank you for such a great channel. I have watched many of your reviews, and they definitely helped my choice of purchase. Companies should be sending you guns for review, knowing it could help sales. That's my thought. You know, like what are most people doing before they buy something? They're doing research. They want to know what other people say. What are they getting into? It only helps them, unless it's trash, but it only helps them, in my opinion. First shotgun, Alex A says, first shotgun, thinking about the 940 for an all-around shotgun. Recommend the JM or other models. So actually, I think the 940 Pro made our list of best of for like an all-around shotgun, or maybe it's best bang for the buck. I don't remember which category it won. JM, depends what you're doing with it. If you're just all around, I would not get the JM Pro because that's kind of tailored towards like practical shooting, 3-gun, that type of stuff. But just a basic 940 Pro, whether it's the waterfowl or the field or or the synthetic, whatever. Really good all around gun. You could shoot some clays with it, hunt ducks with it. You can upland hunt with it. The downside of the 940 Pro is it's a little bit heavy, which if it's a duck gun, I'm totally fine with. That's going to help with recoil. It's a light recoiling gun. But when it comes to walking all day in the field, if you're doing long walks for upland, it's a heavier gun. Definitely not tailored for the upland hunters. Although if they come out with a 20 gauge, maybe, we'll see. Um, Roy Stevenson says, "Congrats, Nate. R&B Beamer, congrats, Nate. Garo Ninja, congrats, Nate. Hey, thanks for showing Nate some love. Nate, I was so excited that he got selected. He's been a longtime TFL community member, very engaged. So I can't wait. Could you please review luxury shotguns like Benelli Raffaello 50th anniversary 12 gauge? Jacob, is that even in the US? I don't think I've seen that. And generally, I won't review like a limited edition or 50th anniversary because they're here today, gone tomorrow. And I'm trying to cover all the guns that are going to be around, hopefully for years to come. Is that in the US though, Jacob? I'm not sure about that. Hootie Hoo. Anyone ever seen the Hootie Hoo channel? We got Hootie Hoo on here. How you doing, buddy? You still putting out like 70 videos a day? I don't know. You better get some sleep, man. I'm tired just thinking about it. Hootie Hoo does all sorts of things with rifles. Big outdoorsman. From where are you from again? Somewhere down south. I don't quite recall. Share your views on hearing protection and upland hunting. What I like it. I like it a lot. Um, what do you want to know about hearing protection and upland hunting? Getting some shout outs here. Yes, Tennessee. I knew that. Hootie Hoo in Tennessee. You're getting some shout outs on here. Some people excited to have you jump on. I jumped on here to make a just a couple quick announcements, maybe like 5 minutes, and that was 42 minutes ago. So we're taking a break from videos, right? That's why I came on here. We're taking a break because I need to focus. I need to get work done. I need to just grind on a few things on this special project. And here we are 47 minutes later. I'm already distracted. Someone needs to live target focused. Yeah. Oh, thanks. I will continue to watch your reviews. The 37s are great, but they're a little handicapped to me being a beginner. The Ithaca 37. I got one. See if I can do this. There's one of those up there. I can't tell. It's too dark back there. We did a video, classic shotguns of history or something like that. We started with the Auto 5, which we probably shouldn't have started with such an iconic shotgun. But the idea is over time, we'll make these sort of mini history videos, like 5 to 8 minute history videos on certain shotguns. So I got the Ithaca 37 just for that. Can we see the M1? Because we're on a live video. I don't even know if this is allowed, to be honest, over here. I know I cannot handle firearms, according to YouTube, on a live video because, freedom. But I could make a video on it, right? I actually just watched a video last night. Anyone on the chat watch Demolition Ranch? I would like to see if you watch Demolition Ranch, put it in the comments or in the chat. Yes, vintage shotguns are awesome. Looking forward to more videos on the classics. I agree, Roy. I really would like to spend more time with that. New shotguns are great, but I'm really getting interested in some of the older ones. So I watched Marshmallow 994. Yes, Jason. Yes. Yep, Demo made some valid points. Kyle Williams, Demolition Ranch. I just watched it last night. I think it's 2 days old. It's probably now three because it was last night. Made a video about some of the new rules on YouTube, which I wasn't even aware of because I'm oblivious. I just try to do my thing and whatever. But about videos being listed as 18 plus, like you can't have semi-auto or full auto machine guns. You can't see it being shot. I'd recommend you watch that video. He did a very good job with it. Um, you can't show full autos unless it's a war or like a work of art, I guess. So he kind of made fun of that, tried to push some boundaries. And but YouTube's always got their things, and love the platform. Just don't love all their stances on guns. Mechanical or inertia triggers. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I kind of like mechanical, but I would really need to dive a little bit deeper into the full pros and cons of both. Or if you have thoughts, put it down in the chat. Just to be honest, I don't want to throw out an opinion that I don't feel like I'm fully qualified to do. I like mechanical, but I'm not saying it's backed up by enough knowledge or experience to say 100% why that is. So hope you can appreciate the vulnerability. Believe it or not, I don't know it all, not even close. Do you like shooting release triggers? I've only done it once, Roy. I actually performed a live show in Vegas, 3 years ago? And then there's a whole story that goes with that, but I won't share it. I ended up on the sporting clay course with some guys, and one guy handed me his gun. He had release triggers, and I tried doing trick shots with it. That was rather interesting. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan. I know some trap shooters shoot them, and it's supposed to help with the flinch, but I've never really experienced that flinch maybe that they're talking about, so can't put myself in their shoes. I don't like the idea that you have to let off a trigger for it to go boom. But what's your thoughts, Roy? Anyways, yeah, Hootie Who says that he's in Tennessee and it's been super hot lately, which it has not been here. In fact, on 4th of July, it was like in the 60s. I was out there for a lake day. I haven't had a lake day in like years, couple years, other than Sunday. I finally got on the lake for a couple hours, but I tried some wake surfing. Have you guys ever wake surfed? Like a specific boat makes a huge wake, and then you get on a surfboard behind it, you get towed up, and then you let go of the rope. You're supposed to surf the wake. That's not how it worked for me, but I think if I gave it a few more tries, I could get the hang of it. I was out there with Millennial Farmer. Any Millennial Farmer fans on here? It's crazy. It seems like everywhere I go, even at the World Feed Task. I should have told them this yesterday. At the World Feed Task, several people came up and told me that they really the way they found out about me, shooters, the way shooters found out about me is from the Millennial Farmer channel. Roy Stevenson says, I don't like them either as far as release triggers. RN Beamer, currently 90 degrees in Maryland. Yeah, that's hot. On Saturday, it might be about 90 here in Minnesota. 90 for the high. And that will be a day I'm out all day and have to perform a show, but it's going to be great. I'm going to love it. We'll just be sweating. Shout out from Defender Clay Sports Ranch. When you come back to Texas, had a really good time. Greg Robbins, what up, Greg? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I loved being down there with you guys, and I just ran into Travis at the World Feed Task, so it was great to see him. RN Beamer says, I have also found you from Millennial Farmer. I think it's cool. I mean, it's humbling a little bit. Like these people that love to shoot find out about me from a farmer. Corn and soybeans? Come on. No, Zach does great work. All right, guys. I've been rambling. It's not going to get any better from here on out. Thank you so much for joining. Can't believe so many of you stuck with it this long. This is probably the longest live stream I have ever done. 5 to 9 Farmer. I found you through Zach's channel. That kind of makes sense. Your channel is 5 to 9 Farmer. That sort of makes sense, right? Learned about APF through you and Zach. What's your favorite Bible passage? Okay, we're going to end with this. Favorite Bible passage. depends on what is going on in life. I think God's word is active and living, and uh, different parts will come up to you at different moments. And one of the scriptures that has stood out to me throughout the years, um, there's so many, but getting into shooting for a living, getting into exhibition shooting, and just traveling that journey, really not knowing what the outcome was going to be, feeling highly unqualified. And I was highly unqualified, not a great shot, terrified of public speaking. Not, I mean, pretty handsome and good looking. I had that going for me, but okay, that wasn't true either. Proverbs 3, 5 through 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. And that was just a verse where it's like, I don't know how this goes. I don't know where it goes, but I'm going to keep taking steps of faith because I believe God has called me to it. I'm asking him to open the right doors, close the wrong ones. And if it's his will, doors will be opened. And I'll just trust that he directs my path. It's one I go to often. Obviously, I like Hebrews 12, 1 through 3. It's kind of the target focus theme verse. I won't go through that right now. We'll save that for another day. Thank you so much for joining. Love y'all. Have a great week and hope to see some of you, even though no one said they'll be there, at the TFL Range Day. Peace and live target focused. See ya.